Hello, Capricorn. Thank you so much for being here with me today. So, the channeled message that I got for your sign was, are you ready to be in a relationship? Um, is it finally time? What's going to happen with Capricorn? Let's dive in and find out. I'm going to pull three oracle cards and I will read the oracle cards. Ooh, nice. I will read the oracle cards in the extended reading. There will be a link for the extended reading in the description box where we're going to do some counseling, some spiritual counseling, talk about any blocks that we need to remove, if any, as well as read the full oracle card definition so we can get some more information on what's going on here and probably included in the person that you're going to be dealing with. Okay, so let's get one more card. Ooh, okay. So we have Into Me, I See. We have Divine Matrix. And we have Spirit of Gratitude. Okay, so I'm going to read Into Me, I See, because I feel like that kind of goes along with what's going on here, what's happening here, what the message was from Spirit, because I meditate on all the signs to kind of give me a direction as to where we're at with our energy and what we need to know. So that's number 8. Into me, I see intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable. At certain present moments, you're called into a deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical affinity arises with the kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself. The relationships acts as a mirror, helping you see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution. Now is the time to take a risk by connecting with another. Can you see how far you've come? Can you see what is still active within you that needs to change or heal? You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another. Ooh, interesting. Even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes, you can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you right now. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamics in your closest friendships, work relationships, and family say about you? Relationships are extraordinary opportunities for healing. When predicted on honesty and caring, they have a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might ever expect. If you can look into it, take a risk, and see everything is beautiful, even in its imperfections, imagine how deep you could go. Wow. You know, I have to be quite honest. I have a Capricorn. And oftentimes, people who are avoidant of relationships or people that have been hurt before or have very low expectations of a relationship tend to kind of push them away because we are expecting ourselves or the other person to be perfect. And when we don't get that perfection, when we don't get that, or we perceive that we're not going to get that, it only pushes us further away from making connections with people. So I want you to take some time to examine. We will go over this in the extended, you know, how to determine um, where the blocks are in your relationships and connections with other people, with your friends, your family, your coworkers, things like that. But if anything, if you're not going to be joining me in the extended, I want you to take a moment and think of each of those areas of your life. What is it reflecting back at you? What is it saying about you? Are you staying in a toxic job where you know you're not happy? You're just making enough money to get by, but you're not happy. Are your friendships non-existent? You're not hanging out with anybody. You're not doing anything. They don't call you. They don't hang out with you. They don't invite you places. What about your family? When was the last time you saw your family? Like, what are those relationships like? And that could be a big, huge chunk to have to look at. But when it comes to romantic connections, we learn a lot about ourselves. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into that. I want to see um, who's coming towards Capricorn in love. Who is coming towards Capricorn in love? Nobody. Okay. So the Knight of Cups is in reverse with the Six of Pentacles in the upright, the Magician in the upright. Hold on one second. My cat is being naughty. Get down. Get down. Get down. Ying Yang, get down. I'm going to count to three. One, two, two and a half, three. Get down. Get down from there. Okay. If you hear a bunch of crashing sounds, it's just because my cat is like Godzillaing my dresser. He likes to get up there, even though he really can't fit up there because there's like so much stuff. But it's triggering me that you need to clean off the top of your dresser and make it more organized so he has a space, I guess, to sit up there because he likes to do that and doesn't have the opportunity to throw my stuff down and break it. But anyway, let's get back to the reading. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and we have the Six of Pentacles, and we also have the Magician. So there isn't like anybody coming towards you now. So breathe, relax, Capricorn. But that doesn't mean it doesn't mean that. It means that you are giving you're manifesting this. Okay, because there's three things here. We have the cups, we have the pentacles, we have the Magician. But what we don't have is the swords and the wands. So hopefully they'll come out later to give us a little bit more of an in-depth dynamic of kind of what's going on here. I feel as if the reason why nobody romantically is coming at you right now is because you are giving life and breath, or you soon will be, to your manifestations. You actually hold the tools and everything. You have everything that you need to make a romantic offer towards somebody, or for someone to come towards you and make a romantic, but you're giving to something. What is Capricorn giving to? What is Capricorn? Oh, Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. And the Three of Cups. So it's more of like the energy of, I think that this what they're trying to say here is that you're giving more to, you're being very cold and very cutting towards love, or you could be very cold and cutting towards a specific person who is trying to come towards you with a romantic offer, but you're rejecting it. Or you're still in the energy of thinking that somebody that would be coming towards you with a romantic offer is going to be like a jerk. Like they're not serious. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to hurt you. Maybe they have other people, like, all these things are just kind of like going and like winding through your head. You know what I mean? Right now about this, or this could be a situation that's actually happening. Yin Yang, get down. Sorry about that, Capricorn. I had to get up and like get my cat out of there because of course he was like trying to like get into my closet. We can't have that. Okay. So let's get back to what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying, lost your train of thought, but we'll get back to it. Okay. So with the Three of Cups here, the Queen of Swords in reverse. Um, what I'm getting from this, actually, now that I've had a second to think about this and refocus, it could be that your friends are trying to hook you up with somebody, or maybe you've had three people coming into your energy that are trying to offer you love, and you're not sure which one it is. Like, I don't know what their intentions are. Is it somebody that's looking to take from me? Or is it the actual person that I was trying to manifest? Is this, are these, out of these three options, is one of them what I was trying to manifest, or am I giving to the wrong person? So you may have these energies in your life, but you just don't know who to give it to. Okay, so maybe you're acting a little bit cold and a little bit distant towards them because you're just not quite sure which one is which. Okay, so let's take the Three of Cups out. And I'm going to pull a T. Let's get the T on these three options. So the three options, Spirit, please and thank you. Please show me what for the first option. What's the T on the first option? What's their energy? What's brewing with them? Envy. Option number two. Before I overturn this card, I just want to say something about the first energy when it comes to envy. So I feel like the reason why the Six of Pentacles is here, because it's about somebody giving and giving and giving. So I kind of feel like if one of your options is very envious of the other two, they're going to try to distract you by being needy and by being so much. So if that gives you a clue as to who this is, they're a very needy person. I will pull from the charms in the extended to get the birth signs and a little bit more clues about this person. So definitely check in on that. Okay. And also how to get around this. Okay. For the second option, fulfilling fantasy. So for like fulfilling a fantasy, like it's not like, give me more. What's this fantasy? What is this fantasy? Worst nightmare. Okay, that's cute. Um, so for the second option, maybe this person is into some risque things. Maybe they're into a different type of alternative sexual lifestyle. Maybe they have something about them that is, it just gives off sexual energy. But with coming in, fulfilling a fantasy and a worst nightmare, it could be saying that this person, option number two, is a nightmare. Like this person, although you may be attracted to them, although they may have some sort of an allure to you, they actually could turn out to be your worst nightmare. Okay, whatever it is that you're thinking, whatever it is that you're trying to protect yourself from, this person could turn out to be your worst nightmare. So, and you would know this because I feel like an energy like this would have like obsessive behavior, like stalker type of tendencies. They put themselves in a role where they say they don't want a commitment, they say they don't want a relationship, but then they kind of act like they are in one. I feel like this person could be demanding more of your time. They could be demanding more things that you give to them. Okay. So that's why there's these two people that's on the six of penalties. Oh my God. The six of Pentacles card. And giving the tea on the third option. What's up with the third option? What's there? Already knowing the tea. Okay. So the third person could be somebody that knows about these two people. So this could be a friends group. This could be like an office connection or something like that, where there's you flirt and date with your coworkers or something like that. But this third person, if it's not representing you, they already know the tea. What tea do they know? But Spirit's telling me that this third option is highly intuitive. So they kind of already know what these other two were all about. But I also kind of feel like maybe this person may be a friend of yours that's interested in you romantically, just hasn't said anything yet. Bad choices. Okay. So they already know the tea. They already know what's up with these other two options where they're like, yeah, well, I already know that this one's a gold digger. I already know that this one's a nightmare. I already know all this, but I'm just sitting back and waiting for you to figure it all out. So this could be a friend of yours Capricorn, that actually has romantic interest in you. You know what? Does game over. Wow. Okay, so does this third option that's possibly Capricorn's friend, do they have romantic interest in Capricorn? Let me see. Let's get the hidden truth. You came closer than anyone. Wow. So you came closer to anyone. So that could be either you're saying this to them, or they're saying it to you, like you came closer than anyone. I think that this is a friend of yours, Capricorn, and you're kind of wondering, am I ready? That's why the message was, are you ready to be in a relationship? Where you're asking yourself, am I ready to be in a relationship with this person? So in Divine Matrix, let's take a look at this third person, because we kind of already got the tea on the other two, which I'm sure you already know because it's your life, not mine. Um, I'm going to pull from a different deck. Before we do that, Spirit wants the karmic 411 message so that you get it, what is actually being said from these other two. So, Spirit, let me get two cards for option one and option two. Worst nightmare and envy. So you know kind of like what's actually being said. Fake posting. Karmic loves to post fake shit on social media about us. So that envious thing, it could be that, and it's pretty funny. I was watching this video today, and Spirit always gives me the information before I need to deliver it. But they show me things, especially through social media. I was watching the video of this guy, and he was making a video about a best friend and a soon-to-be wife, like sitting in a house, and like she's like, oh, we should, the best friend's like, oh, we should hang out more since we're the most, two important people in Steven's life. And she's like, oh yeah, okay. Like the wife's like very like, and she's like, yeah, and she's like, oh, Steve, would like that. She goes, oh, Steven. He likes to be called Steven. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that he mentioned. She goes, well, I think that I should be part of the bridal party, and I already got a dress. And she gets up to show her the dress, and it's a white dress. It looks like a freaking wedding dress. And she's like, take that off. Like, you're not wearing that to my wedding. So I kind of feel like those two, like fake posting, where the envious one may post, like if you guys just go out to like a bar or like a baseball game or something like that, and they're posting pictures, and the way they're posing, it's kind of a little bit more intimate than, because I feel like these three energies are competing for you. It's more intimate than, like she's got her hands on your chest like this, or the way she's posing, or maybe she has her hands in your hair, or she's wearing your hat, or like, posting that like every time she posts something, she tags you in it, or constantly commenting on your stuff, like kind of like social media stalking you to make it seem like the relationship and the connection is more than it is, and it's because it's envious of the other one. So I kind of feel like they're doing that, like fake posts about like what a good friend you are, or just what a good time they had with you, like making it seem like you guys are actually in a relationship, which is triggering you to think, am I ready to be in a relationship? Like, am I handling this the right way? So let's get the karmic 411 on the second one. Worst nightmare. This doesn't necessarily mean that has to be towards you. This could be towards each other, because I'm hearing that song by Monica. The boy is mine, the boy is mine, the boy is mine. Okay, karmic vampire. My karmic is an energy vampire and feeds off of my insecurities. Okay, so like this card was saying before, about the imposter syndrome, and about, feeling into me, I see. Let me just go back. Your magical affinity arises with the kind of intimacy. Okay. Intimacy, trust in another, dropping shields and rigid boundaries to allow connection, the willingness to be vulnerable. So, in order for you to be in a good relationship and to learn from this, you have to be vulnerable. But if your insecurities are constantly being reflected back at you by this person, where you feel like you can't be vulnerable, you feel like you can't voice what you like, or you feel like you just can't be as open as possible because you don't trust. That's what this energy is doing. That's what they're doing. Um, and they're making you feel very insecure about yourself, or they're making you think like, oh, well, you're still talking to this one, like maybe you're not ready for a relationship, or you can tell me all your deep dirty secrets and all this other stuff about yourself, but you can't be open with another person. And they're making you feel like they're the only one that you could be vulnerable with. But that's the plan, that's the trap. All right, should we get a karmic on the third one? I don't know. I kind of like the third option. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, bottom of the deck. I'm just trying to act good and play the role. What role are they playing? What role are they playing? What's the hidden truth here? What role are they playing? I left you before you could leave me. Oh, so maybe this person, the third person, comment if it resonates, maybe this is an ex. I'm not sure. It doesn't feel right when I said that. I left you before you could leave me. So maybe this person kind of energetically cut themselves off as an option before they had a choice, before you made a choice as the other one, because they already knew the tea about the other ones. So they didn't want to get caught up being rejected for you to go towards one of these other two horrible options. Just saying. Okay. All right. So let's pull from a different deck and let's get the feelings for the third option for Capricorn. What is the third option's feeling for Capricorn? We'll just call them a friend. Call me a friend. Queen of Earth. This person doesn't want you to know, or you're not recognizing within that person that they're very capable, they're very practical, they're very gracious. And with the Ace of Earth here in reverse, or this could be you because it's this is your sign. I think that the other person doesn't know how to feel about you because they you haven't you they know that you're very capable, you're a very practical person. They know that you're very abundant, they know all of this stuff about you, but they haven't been given to know the opportunity of the emotional side of you. They haven't seen you be the go-getter when it comes to romance. They haven't seen. That's why it's really triggering me that this is a friend, that knows everything about you, that knows about your dating life, that knows about all this. They've seen you bounce around and go from, girl to girl, situationship to situationship, and nothing gets off the ground, nothing serious. It always ends in some kind of BS drama. And they just kind of sit back like, yep, I know you've made the wrong choice again, but I'm just going to sit back here and I'm just going to enjoy the show because I know how this story ends. And I took myself out of this a long time ago, and that's it. But this person knows or hasn't seen yet, you actually make a decision to go towards someone else. And that brings me back to the story about the two friends because, the bestie, the girl bestie, the one that he didn't pick, has probably been waiting in the wings. They probably had some sort of friends with benefits connection. And because the steam and the fire and the desperation to get into a relationship with this guy kind of burned everything out. So she's just kind of taken a step back to be like, okay, I'm going to wait around to prove that I'm the best option and I'm going to chase all the other girlies away to make sure that they don't get to you before I get my just desserts. Okay. That's kind of how I'm feeling about this because that's just kind of what I'm getting. And it's like a competition and a fight right to the end because they've never experienced your emotional side. They've never experienced you in that sense where you're courting them, you're taking them out on dates. So in this person's eyes, every woman that comes towards you is going to be a bad one. But in this situation, they're probably right. Okay. So, or this could just be the way that they're feeling, but you'll know this if this is your situation. You'll know, like, hey, yes, I do have a friend that, I know has feelings for me. And We've never went there before. We've never done that before. We've never done anything, or we have, and I just don't feel that way. But maybe you don't realize that you really do have feelings for this person. You may think that it's too late because this person has seen everything about you. They've seen your mistakes. They've seen the people that you've told them everything about you. And that's why they're the bestie. That's why they're the best friend. They know all the tea. So they already know. They already know. You got to ask yourself, and that's probably why the question is, would you feel comfortable dating somebody that's like that, or do you want a fresh, clean start? So what does Capricorn want out of this situation? Which way is Capricorn going with this? I never like to tell anybody what to do, just trying to give you an idea of, you know, sometimes we get blocked. Yeah, you're learning. Wise counselor, you're learning. So you may be learning from a wise counselor. It could be the matrix card. We're going to pull that in a second when we go over to the extended. But the wise counselor, belonging, learning, and traditions. So you may be, you know, wanting to learn, wanting to be a part of what's traditional, wanting to start from the beginning without feeling like there's somebody over your shoulder that's reminding you, hey, remember you slept with those 15 girls in 1 week? Remember, I cleaned your apartment up after that. Do you remember? Like, you don't want somebody that's like that knows that side of you, that knows your mistakes, because they're always going to be after you about your mistakes. Are you still talking to so and so? Like, would you make that mistake again? Like, hey, I'm a really good girl. I'm a really good catch. Are you going to break my heart, guy? Are you going to break my heart for some chick that means nothing? Like, I've been here this whole time. And if they're still there this whole time, then obviously there must be something that they love about you. Maybe they've been witnessing your vulnerability and kind of seeing what happens on the other side of that. And on the other side of that could be disappointment and heartbreak. But that's not something that everybody gets to see. Only this person gets to see that, or at least they perceive that they see that. Okay. So, spirit of gratitude. What does Capricorn need to do next? What does Capricorn need to do next to bring this situation into balance? Ego. Ego is in reverse. Illusion, dependency, and materialism. The ego. Um, I don't take reversals in this deck. So I'm going to say it, ego. But you know what? Better yet, I'm going to read from the book on this one because I want to make sure that I'm delivering the message the right way. I don't want to just assume that. Okay, so ego. Sometimes we can feel as though we are trapped. We may perceive ourselves as being locked into a life that we don't want or like. What we often don't realize is that we hold the key to this lock and could free ourselves by making different choices. We can release our hearts from our prison of unhappiness by accepting responsibility for where we are here and now. And by doing so, we can then step back into our own power, choose freedom. Ask your angels to remove any negative thought from your mind and help you focus on the amazing possibilities. Step past your fears and out into the light where you can grow, evolve, and fly. Don't allow anyone or anything, including your own self-doubts, to keep you from being the person you wish to be. Your angel message, your entrapment is an illusion. You are a child of the divine with free will. If you are tired of your situation, choose to leave it, and we will help you make that happen. An additional meaning of this card is getting free of dependency or self-imposed limitations, ending an unhealthy relationship, forgiving yourself, and materialism. Oof. I'm glad I read that definition because I needed that to be a little bit more clear. So coming in on spirit of gratitude with ego, like express gratitude for what you have already. And don't think that, you know, because you're giving so much, you know, because you're giving so much to people with the Six of Pentacles, you're giving to the wrong things. It could be that maybe you need to invest your money into smarter things like, different bonds or stocks or a house or property or something like that that's going to grow, instead of just giving it all away to these materialistic partners that don't want anything other than what you can give them. And it's like, well, what's underneath what you can give somebody materialistically? What's in the heart? And that's what this third option is waiting to see or already knows. So I'm going to go on to the extended. I'm going to do a spread about this person. I'm going to read from the other two oracle cards, and I'm going to help you with some advice as far as how to go forward and how to proceed with this situation. But if I'm leaving you here now, my advice would be to you, Capricorn, is to cut off these other two options and maybe take a look at the third one, or just consider releasing yourself from that self-imposed cage and choose freedom and find a whole new flock. So if you want a private, link is in the description box, and I will see you soon on Tuesdays when I release Earth sign readings. Take care. I will see you soon, Capricorn. Bye-bye. Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your extended reading. I'm so happy that you decided to join me over here. Now, let's get into, I want to pull a spread about this friend of yours. Let's see what's up with them. Do I have a different deck out? No, I'm going to move on because the most important cards are still in here. Okay, so right here. I didn't even need to shuffle. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, the Hierophant, the Seven of Wands, Temperance, Page of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Cups coming underneath the Hierophant. Excellent. So I would say that this person is someone that you can choose to build a foundation with, someone that you can choose to, you have what you have and they have what they have, and the two of you are choosing to build the blueprints of your life together. And I feel like because of these other two options, that has been illuminated for you, where this person is just kind of like interrupting your sentences. And when you talk to them about these other two, you're like, yeah, they're like, yeah, this is what you do all the time. Like, you don't deserve this, but they're getting a little bit tired of having to talk about that. They're getting tired of having to fight and defend you or your connection, or the fact that they've been waiting or trying to beat these other girls off with a stick. So I could be talking to a Capricorn that's very wealthy and very abundant. Okay. Whatever, doesn't matter. It just, they're tired of having to fight this, and they've released themselves from being stuck. They've released themselves from being stuck. And with the Eight of Swords in reverse, they've cut themselves free from this, because in a way they kind of they felt bound to the situations and the situations that you found yourself in, because they feel the need to defend you. They feel the need to rush up and bring the emotional part of a downfall that they didn't cause and that you're not experiencing by not stepping into your emotional self because you're in your ego. And then with the Four of Swords in reverse and the Page of Swords in reverse, this person is tired of being in the background. They're tired of being ghosted. They're tired of being left alone to have to heal over and over and over again by themselves on their own, and then just to get bad news. And this person very well have, maybe you did tell this other person that you're with, that you're getting married and that you're going to be happy and that you've chosen another one of these options. But this person already knows what's going to happen. And now maybe perhaps you're second guessing. Am I ready for this relationship with this person? Am I ready to be married to this one of these options? So let's pull from the charms to see if we can get a little bit, some clues. I got a whole thing of charms here. It's got birth signs, it's got initials, it's got symbols, just to give us a little bit more of a clue as to who it is, just so you guys can like separate, who's okay. So we got some initials. We have a smiley face. So when I see the smiley face, let me just line them up first so I can see what's what. I have Pisces for a birth sign this year. Black Swan. Ooh, another black. Saturn. Pink bow. We have an H. For the initials, we have an H, a Y, an R, and Q. HRYQ. So that could be in your first name, middle name, last name, or theirs. You could be dealing with a Pisces. So the black swan in the black, little rhinestone here that's attached to this, I kind of feel like Black Swan. Do you know if you saw that movie Black Swan where this dark personality started to come out when this person was given success. So I kind of feel like the way that that's supposed to be interpreted is that as you start to become more successful in a relationship with this person, you're going to start to see a darker side of them that could be very dangerous, but this could also symbolize the end of the ego and thinking that, because swans mate for life, thinking that I'm going to be rogue, I'm going to be different, I'm not going to be like everyone else, I'm just going to be single for the rest of my life. So that could be the ending of that. The smiley face, what I see with that, I feel like that's more confirmation because it came in next to the Pisces sign. So I feel like that's more confirmation that, yes, this is a Pisces. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. Okay, Pisces, typically, I feel like if I had to say which one was the Pisces, I would have to say that it's the friend that's kind of been watching around. Uh, kind of watching around. If you want to watch the Pisces reading, I do Pisces on Wednesdays. I do water signs on Wednesdays, so you may want to go tomorrow and watch the Pisces reading just to see if it's a similar type of reading. Okay. And then as far as like the pink bow goes, has to do with like a present. You may have given this person, ooh, you may have given one of these options a very expensive gift and they took it as a sign, and maybe you took it as a sign as it being a bigger investment than what you actually thought you were ready for. So it could have been something like an engagement ring or a car or something like that. Yeah. And it's definitely causing but for some reason you're giving yourself some thought, like a second thought, and it's because this friend is in your ear about this. Let's read the Matrix Oracle. Someone is influencing you to not get involved with. It's like, choose me, pick me, pick me, pick me. I'll be wondering, should I? Should I? Should. Divine Matrix, the realm of spirit, the knowledge that we are all divine beings, part of a tapestry weaving our dreams into the fabric of reality, synchronicity, learning to trust the way things unfold. Do you ever wonder how synchronicities have come together? These meaningful coincidences move life forward in ways we might not understand at the time. We can get trapped in the idea that the world is a place of separate parts with spaces between, because the true quantum spiritual nature of reality can be confusing. Imagine that everything possible under the sun is waiting to be claimed. You are not separate from what you desire to manifest. Everything is intrinsically connected within a vast living web of life, a divine matrix. Even that which you have not yet observed as part of your life experience is still connected to you. It remains dormant until you choose it. Life operates on life's terms as well. You don't live in a vacuum. So you are surrounded by a multitude of realities that were brought to life by others. These can surely affect you if you allow them to. But as your thread, your luminous life force, your courageous dream is part of the tapestry of life. You are being invited to be conscious of the pattern you are weaving. Isn't it amazing to know you have such power inherent in you just by being alive? You will see evidence of the truth of this divine matrix today. It is in you. What you do matters. All matters and miracles are waiting for you to lay claim to them. Ready? Okay. So, but as you thread this luminous life force, so that would be the Three of Pentacles energy that we saw before, coming in on your person spread and feelings for you. So you may have seen, you will receive evidence of the truth of this divine matrix today. So there could be some truth coming from a wise counselor about this opportunist and their abundance and their resources. Or maybe this person lied to you about, how much money they had, or how much money they would be able to contribute to you, or whatever it is, male or female. They could have lied to you, and you're going to find out the truth because you're getting information downloaded to you from a wise counselor. So pay attention to that. But as far as this other person is concerned, you may be getting information about them that you just didn't expect to get. Or maybe they're coming to you to tell you about something that you didn't expect to get or expect to know, but because they already know the tea. So it could be one of those situations where, yeah, bro, you're about to make a mistake. You're about to marry the wrong one. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to show you why. And if it's not another person, it's not another friend, it's going to be one of your guides that's going to come through and be like, I'm about to show you what's up. Which, don't be afraid, listen, okay? And then Spirit of Gratitude, 43, the last one, which I feel like this is going to be like, oh, thank God I dodged a bullet. The prospering power of prayer, communication with the divine, expressing deep gratitude as you move through the world, knowing that your prayers will be answered exactly as they are meant to be. In prayer, we connect directly to our higher power. It is the way for us to be in communication with the divine. A reminder that our lives are a sacred conversation we are continuously engaged in. Prayer lets us know we are not alone. A power greater than us acts on our behalf, and is activated through us, sufficing our hearts and minds with a faith that is life-affirming, loving, and compassionate. When we pray, we acknowledge that we are only part of the equation of life, that a spiritual aspect is always in operation. We engage in humility, knowing we are in a co-cooperative partnership and have so much to be grateful for. Expressing gratitude and asking to be of service is the most powerful, prospering prayer of all. When you focus your attention on appreciation for even the smallest aspects of your life and what you have already experienced, it's like waving a magic wand. Everything you need comes to you without effort. Obstacles fall away and your purpose becomes ever clearer. The kind of prayer that will prosper you and others today is one of deep, abiding gratitude. You become a magnet for miracles when you are grateful and ask to be a channel for divine purpose, divine abundance, love, and compassion. The power of Source is within you. Now is the time to awaken it. So that's what the Four of Swords could also be symbolizing is it time's up for the rest. It's time to take action. It's time to move. It's time to manifest. It's time to get things going. You have the Magician card out here. It's time to get things going. It's time to use all of the tools that you have to make a decision. I'm going to build a foundation of my life with a partner. I'm going to heal myself and heal my partner by coming together underneath this divine union and purpose and showing myself that I can have more in my life and I don't have to keep dealing with people who are not giving to me and looking to take from me. You're finally ready to release that devil energy. And that's excellent because the Hierophant is here. Wise Counselors is here, where you're gaining this wisdom. You're learning to express gratitude for it. Maybe this is a person in your life who told you, hey, listen, these two options, listen, man, I've watched you make these mistakes time and time again with very different girls, but this time I'm coming in to tell you what's up. So this message could, possibly come through a friend. And maybe, if it's, somebody that you were interested in or whatever it was, or maybe it's an ex that you're going back to or something that's observing something that's showing you, hey, listen, You've been doing these types of relationships for a while. I know that you're worth more. Or you're just standing in your power and you're saying to yourself, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I manifested. And I'm actually going to call in what I really want. But don't be surprised if option number 3 is the one that steps forward and says, hey, I have something to tell you. I have feelings for you. Maybe in the past you had vocalized that you were non-committal, that you didn't want marriage, you didn't want a relationship like that. And now that they see you with other people and, you have this one karmic fake posting and all this stuff and making it seem like their relationship is going towards marriage, or they see you on vacation or something like that, it's really triggering them to be like, hey, I'm the partner. So I would expect, or if I dare suggest, be bold. What do you have to lose? If you have feelings for this person, third option, tell them how you feel. See how they feel about you. But that doesn't mean if they reject you, that doesn't mean you go towards the other two. It means you just start with a clean slate. And this time, let the divine guide you towards a relationship that you're going to be the most happiest in. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me here, Capricorn. I appreciate you to the moon and back. If you want to book a private reading to get more messages, directly connect to your energy, clear this all out, please feel free to drop me a line on my email and we will set something up. Follow me on all my social media, Divine Comedian Tarot. Do all that. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. But this is where I leave you, which is definitely am. I wish you lots of love and luck. Take care, Capricorn. I know you can do it. Talk to you soon.